Hello, everyone. This is Minister William, or Reverend Will, if you wish, and this is the sermon for February 6th, 2022. And as always, we will take a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. All right, thank you. This week's sermon will be the secret of happiness, and can be found on alltimeshortstories.com. Once a young man wanted to learn about the secret of happiness from the wisest man on earth. The lad wandered through the desert, mountains, and plains to find the wisest man in the land. He finally reached a beautiful castle in the highest top of a mountain, where a very wise man was said to reside. The young man had imagined the wise man to live like a sage with modest and quiet lifestyle. But to his surprise, he was not at all like a sage. He saw lots of activities happening in the castle. Tradesmen came and went, people were conversating in the corners, and a small orchestra was playing soft music. And finally, he saw a table covered with platters of the most delicious food in the part of the world, in that part of the world. The wise man conversed with everyone, and the young man had to wait for several hours to meet the wise man. The wise man listened attentively to the young man's curiosity to know the secret of happiness. The wise man replied that he didn't have time to explain the secret of happiness at the moment, but he suggested the young man to have a look around his castle and its beauty and uniqueness and return in 2 hours. He also assigned a task to the man. He handed over a teaspoon to the man which had 2 drops of oil. The wise man said to the young lad, "As you wander around, carry this spoon with you without allowing the oil to spill." The young man began climbing and descending the many stairways of the palace, keeping his eyes fixed on the spoon. After 2 hours, he returned to the room where the wise man was. "Well," asked the wise man, "did you see the Persian embroideries that were hanging in my dining hall? Did you see the garden that it took the master gardener 10 years to create? Did you notice the beautiful parchments in the library?" The boy was embarrassed and confessed that he had observed nothing. His only concern had been not to spill the oil that the wise man entrusted to him. "Then go back and observe the marvels of my world," said the wise man. "You cannot trust a man if you know nothing about that man and his surroundings." Reveled, the boy picked up the spoon and returned to his exploration of the palace, this time more cautious about the surroundings and observing all of the works of art on the ceilings and the walls. He saw the gardens, the mountains all around him, the beauty of the flowers, and the taste with with everything that had been selected. Upon returning to the wise man, he explained in detail everything he had seen. "But where are the drops of oil I entrusted to you?" asked the wise man. Looking down the spoon he held, the boy saw the oil was gone. "Well, is only one piece of advice I can give you," said the wisest man. "The secret of happiness is to see all the marvels of the world, and never to forget the drops of oil on the spoon." What is the message here? You have all you have all the right you have all right to enjoy the beauty and pleasures of the world, but you have to fulfill your duty as well. A balance needs to be created between everything. You need to take care of your job, family, and then society. Many people forget to enjoy the beauty of life and get lost in the rat race of the world, while some lose the sense of responsibility and waste their life without fulfilling their duties. Balance is very important in life. Work, family, health, and enjoyment are equally important. Whatever you are doing, creating the balance in life is very important. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. William Morrison. William Morris. I'm trying to think of what to say here. It hasn't been once in the story. I know I read a lot of stories about happiness and a lot of sermons on happiness and helping each other out and making life better for yourself and each other. But that's what life is. Life is about happiness, about being happy, helping others be happy. It will absolutely make the world a better place. You have to learn to enjoy the details of life and work hard at what you need to do. Sometimes it feels like you can't do both and one will get away with you. But just stick it out and you can do it. Never put too much pressure on yourself to do one or the other. Never put too much pressure on yourself to work and be dependent on and do all this stuff, but don't slack off on your responsibilities either. Don't go the opposite direction and just slack off and do nothing but what you want. You need to find, in order to have a good, happy life, you have to balance out responsibility and joy. And that's the main takeaway in this world to make it better is your responsibility, your happiness, helping others when they need it, being a good, kind person, looking at each other's what we have in common instead of what our differences are. We have more in common than people see. People only see the differences, the flaws, and all this stuff. Somebody can't even say anything, it seems like anymore, without being judged for it. Everyone sees the differences and the flaws, and they expect the worst. But you can't do that. You need balance. See the good, the bad, your responsibilities, your happiness, helping others, and letting them do some things on their own. But that's all there is this week. Next week, our ceremony for Valentine's Day. And remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.